You mentioned Tulsi Gabbard. Politico says this: she could be the next Trump nominee to come under fire in the Senate. They quote a former senior Republican Senate staffer saying the best thing that Tulsi has going for her is the other Trump nominees that are blowing themselves up. We'll eventually get to more of a focus on her. She starts to make, visits on the Hill and gets closer to hearings. But what about what Juan has mentioned here, her history and relationships with regard to Syria, Russia, and other places?
Well, I think you have to connect two threads here. First of all, the people who say that we must be involved in Syria largely would be the same crowd who've told us that interventionism, this adventurism that comes from neoconservatism, needs to continue. It's the same people who are in the Senate saying that we can't have Tulsi Gabbard, we can't have Pete Hegseth. 675 military leaders, Shannon, just since Thursday, have signed a letter that Heritage is leading defending Pete Hegseth. I think you'll see the same sort of defense of Miss Gabbard, who's an excellent selection. This is the point. One of the reasons that Syria has fallen is because of the moral clarity that Donald Trump brings to this picture. And I think that you're going to see all of the confusion, all of the hot spots that Susan rightly touches on actually come into focus. We're going to have peace through strength, because we're going to have a lot better priorities. We're going to have a lot better leaders in all of these key positions. God bless Donald Trump for having the willingness to break the backs, not just of these evil people abroad, but also break the backs of the Washington establishment.
Don't you think that Joe Biden deserves a little credit for taking on Russia, for taking on Iran, and in fact, strongly backing Israel to the point that Iran is now in decline, unable to support Assad? Russia's in decline. Its troops suffering tremendous losses.
I love you, Juan, but that is fantasy land.
Okay, I just think he's been the president for the last 4 years, and we've seen our enemies decline. And a lot of this is now going to, by the way, go to Trump.
I travel the world for my job, and what I hear constantly from heads of state, from ambassadors, is that we want moral clarity from the President of the United States.
Right.
There is no way in the world, with all due respect, my friend, Joe Biden offers moral clarity. Donald Trump's done more to bring peace to this world. He's not even been inaugurated.
Well, he's not in office, and I think, politically, having gone through the election with you, that, in fact, President Biden has paid a huge price for his unalloyed support of Israel and willingness to go after Iran and go after Russia.
Hezbollah over the objections of Biden and Jake Sullivan.
Well, that's just one of the